Hey folks, Jeffrey Miss with Northman Ventures here. This is the second video I'm making on the Garmin Tactix 8. If you watched the first one, I went ahead and unboxed this thing. That was taken, I believe, on June 6th, if I remember right. So we're a little over 2 months in of me wearing this thing every day. I don't wear it at night, so I don't get to take advantage of some of the functions, especially like the sleep tracking functions. But it just makes me uncomfortable. I don't wear it at night. So that gets set to the side at night. But other than that, I've been wearing it every day. You know, I got some good thoughts, some pros and cons to these things, of course, as always. But overall, I think this is a very good purchase. I got it, like I mentioned in the first video, I got it on sale. It was only like 250 bucks off, if I remember right. So it wasn't crazy, but I mean, that's pretty significant when you're talking about what a $1,600 watch to begin with. I think I paid 13 out the door for it and change, something like that. They're not cheap, but these things are packed full of just stuff. I mean, there's so many options on these that it's really hard to describe. Go ahead and look them up. They got the whole list. I can't go through them all. I haven't used them all, nowhere close to it. Some of them I don't even have the additional equipment or gear to use it with. But the stuff that I do use it for every day, I think it's going to serve me pretty good. As I mentioned in the first video, I was using one of those cheap, you know, I think it was like $40. They call it a smartwatch, but it was one of those $40 deals on Amazon just to see if I even wanted to wear a watch on a regular basis. And so that was before I bought this thing. Ended up buying it, obviously. So first thoughts, initial thoughts are, it takes some getting used to because it is a big watch. I mean, it's not small, right? I mean, I don't have the biggest hands, but I don't have the smallest ones either. It fits big on the wrist. Those of you with small body types and small wrists probably will want to go down to the smaller size. And I don't believe the Solar Elite with the applied ballistics is available in the smaller size. I may be wrong about that, but take that into consideration. So it is what it is. That said, the applied ballistics appeal to a very specific niche group. Not everybody needs that or even wants it. So all the other functions are in the smaller model as well. So if you don't need the applied ballistic stuff, you know, look at the other models. They are cheaper. I had visions of purchasing some of the other Garmin stuff to use the applied ballistics a little bit more readily. So that's why I went ahead with this one. So as far as growing my own kit, that's why I went with this one. So like I said, big watch, it's thick, it's quite beefy. It doesn't really bother me too much, except for one reason. When I'm wearing a backpack and I'm throwing the straps off, the watch will catch on my left hand as I'm slipping it through, and I've had to change a little bit on how I take my my arm out of the left hand side. I don't really like that too much, but I think that would be a problem with any watch I wore. It was even a little bit of a problem with the cheap Amazon one, but it's a lot thinner profile. It was probably half that thick, so significantly smaller. This thing grabs the strap a little bit more, so just be cognizant of that. Other than that, the only real complaint I have in this thing is the original strap. I love it, it's really comfortable, it's just a little too short. And so one of the first things I was doing was trying to find extended versions. Now Garmin called them up. They were unfortunately, they were no help. You would think that I'm not the biggest dude. You know, I'm 6'1" or 6'2", sorry, 6'2", 260 pounds. I'm not the smallest guy, but I'm also not the biggest guy by far. There's dudes way bigger than me that are wanting these watches. If you get any bigger of a wrist than me, you're gonna have trouble with this strap. I'm kind of on the, I won't say I'm on the last, but I only have maybe 3/4 of an inch left of this strap when I buckle it down. So I tried some aftermarket options. They say they were longer. This one's 210 is what they advertise at Garmin, 210 millimeters, sorry. The others were saying they were like 100 or 230, 245, that kind of thing. Got them, ordered them. They were the exact freaking length, man. So I don't know where they're getting the extra length from. It is what it is. You know, that's life. So I've just had to live with this until I find another option. So if you guys know of another option for a strap of these things, please let me know. I would really like to just get another, if I could get another 1/2 inch or so of length out of this, it would feel more secure for me. Other than that, I really don't have a gripe, but there are a few things you guys should be aware of. I believe Garmin says that the battery life of these things is 30 days with the solar part. I mean, this thing has a solar bezel on it, so it can help recharge or extend the battery life. With the Bluetooth connected, I'm getting 7 to 10 days at best. And that's going from full charge all the way down to about 5 to 10% charge. So you're not going to get 30 days. Not with the Bluetooth on anyway. So I have not tested it with the Bluetooth off, because the neat function about this is that Bluetooth on, you can network it through your phone and all this other stuff. So just be cognizant of that. Now, one of the things I'm trying to do is find like a portable battery charger for this thing. You can buy plenty of cords for it. Just, plug it in, charge it through a USB. That's easy enough. But I'm trying to find something that I can carry with me, an external battery, kind of like we all carry for our phones, right? An external battery charger. For this, they make them, but they're all out of stock. So I'm trying to find that as a solution for extended trips so that I may or may not have access to a battery. Now that said, if I'm carrying a battery for my phone, an external battery that charges the phone by USB, I just carry the extra charger cable for this. So it's me being anal is really what it is in that regard. But just be aware that if you're using Bluetooth and everything on the watch, you're definitely not getting the 30 days battery life on this thing. And frankly, I don't want to shut the Bluetooth down long enough to find out for a whole month to see if it extends the life. So just that being caveat, it's not a big deal breaker for me, because like I said, there's solutions to get around that a little bit, with the cables and all that kind of stuff. How often are you going to be gone without any kind of battery or capability to recharge your equipment? Probably not, unless you're, military or something like that, where you're going to be going unsupported. But I'm sure there's caveats on that too. So at any rate, so just be aware of that. The only other thing is the navigation on this. Once you get used to it, it's different. The navigation through the watch, all the different menus and everything, it takes a little bit. There's a learning curve is what I'm trying to say. There's some stuff you can do through the Garmin app, but other stuff you have to do through the watch, or at least I have to do it through the watch. I haven't figured out how to go through the app yet. So there is that. There's so many different functions on this thing. It's not even funny. So depending on what you're looking for, there may be some things that you don't need on the watch, which you can select on the app, so it doesn't come up on your menu, which is kind of cool. So you can kind of customize your entire menu a little bit. I do like that, but I kind of, being me, I selected almost everything except for like the paddle boarding or whatever. Yeah, so you just got to learn how to navigate through the watch. And once you get that, it becomes a lot easier. This thing has so much to it. There's like, if you're a golfer, you can upload the course onto this, and it'll tell you with the GPS and everything, it'll tell you where you are in relation to the pin and help you, pick out what clubs you need to go. If you're running the applied ballistics, you plug in your ballistic information, and it'll give you a drop for your rifle or your pistol. Sorry about that. That's the compressor. Plus all the timing. So there's running, there's trekking, there's so many different activities you can track with this thing. It's literally not even funny. When I first got this thing, I was cycling through all the menus, and I'm just shaking my head. It's like there's so much. It's almost overwhelming, but in a way it's cool because, like I said, you can go through the app and kind of customize what you use most, and then have it displayed. So there's a workaround to all that. You don't have to display, like me being the dumbass, you don't have to display everything and then have to cycle through everything in order to get to what you want. So overall, I'm really enjoying this watch. I think I think, like I said in the first video, there is the Garmin, there's some Garmin stuff that you can get that helps you network between your phone, the watch, and that equipment. I have on my list a 760i, the GPS unit. I want to get their laser rangefinder, which is pretty cool. I'll talk about that in a second. And then there's for a chronograph setup that you can get to help with your applied ballistics. So all those 4 pieces of equipment with the watch all network together through the Bluetooth stuff. So if that fits your need and you want to do a lot of that, I mean, there's definitely a niche market for that. That equipment is not cheap. I think you're looking at $3,500 if you're going to buy all of it, if not a little bit more. I have not seen that stuff on sale yet, so just kind of be aware if you're looking for that, it's going to cost you, without a doubt. But if you're looking for that, you're looking for it for a reason. For example, with the laser rangefinder, once you enable the GPS and everything, you can actually take a shot at something and it'll drop a waypoint based on GPS where that item was. And that spot, that drop, will come up on your GPS, on your 760i, for example, and that will network onto the little map function that you have on the watch. So you don't have to pull your GPS out of your kit or your bag or your chest rig or whatever. Every time you want to take a look at the map, you can pull up the map right here. So it's pretty neat. And no matter where you are in the world, there's a map for it. It's pretty cool. So obviously I'm not going to drop $3,500 right away to do that kind of stuff. That's part of the plan. That's the growth mechanism that I have. That's why I chose this watch, was to do stuff like that down the road. Whether I get to it, we'll see. But for now, this watch will do everything and more that I'm looking for. There are some cool little aftermarket things. While I was looking for the strap, there was some cool things. So they do make a kind of like just your phones, your glass covers, your glass protectants. They make a little glass protector. So I have that on here. You can't tell because it's really low profile and everything. So I have a glass protector. They make a little booty, which I just took this off the charger right now, so I don't have it on, but the little booty to cover the charging port to keep dust from going in there. And there's a few other little aftermarket that if you really are wanting to make this thing even bigger, you can get a little silicone sheath that you can put this thing in, just like a carrying case for your phone. That's too far for me, but there's a lot of aftermarket support for this thing, for those types of things. It's pretty cool. So I haven't used nearly all the functions in this thing, nowhere close to it. But this is a first initial 60-day review, wearing it every day, doing with it what I do every day. And so far I'm pretty happy. Am I happy that I spent $1,300 on it? I don't know yet. We'll see how this goes. But so far it does what I want it to do. And I think once I get to those levels that I'm gonna have that other equipment for the applied ballistics. I haven't really been shooting much with it yet, so I don't really worry about that. Just some pistol and some short range carbine stuff. So I haven't really used the long-term what the applied ballistics would really justify for. That's coming. I'll get to it. But anyway, I'm making this into a long video because I'm digressing a lot. But anyway, if you're looking for a really good smartwatch that integrates to a lot of different equipment, your phone, some GPS capabilities, things like that, and can track literally everything you do as far as your sleep schedule, your run times, your trekking times, GPS built in, which is really neat. You don't need those other components. The only thing that I'm talking about, the only thing I could really like to see is built-in inReach capability of this thing. So you don't have to carry an extra piece for your inReach. And for those of you who don't know what inReach is, it is like a satellite communication setup, so that for emergency purposes, or just you want to chat with people while you're out with no cell phone capabilities. That networks, it's a subscription service, so you have to pay for it, but you allow text and videos and pictures through satellite systems. If this thing would probably be absolutely perfect if it had inReach capability. I don't know if that's possible, but it would be really cool if it did. But that would be my only real complaint. But if you're going to be out and about, you're probably going to have an inReach. Most of you guys are, if you're out doing the outdoor stuff anyway, a lot of you guys are already carrying the inReach. And so with the Bluetooth capability, you don't need to pull it out every time you do it. You can do everything on your inReach through the watch. It does not have standalone inReach capability. That's, I guess, really what I'm trying to say, which I don't know if they can do that with a firmware update or what. I don't know, but it would be really cool. Anyway, that would be the one thing I would change so far. Oh, longer strap. I would really like to see a longer strap, but I'm nitpicking at this point. So anyway, if you're looking for a good watch that does literally everything you could possibly think of, and you don't mind chunking down the change, this has been a good purchase so far. I expect it to be continue to serve me pretty well. I don't know if I'm going to do another update. Maybe I'll do an update in I don't know, maybe over the winter or something like that. I don't feel the need to do a month by month update of a watch, for crying out loud. But this will serve me for what I want. Hopefully it'll serve you. Like, comment, subscribe. For those of you guys who have one of these things, let me know what you think, what you use it for most. Tell me what maybe I'm doing something wrong, and I can use it in other ways that I'm not even thinking about. But at any rate, let me know what you think if you have one. If you have any questions for this watch and you're thinking about buying it, let me know. Ask. Comment down below, ask a question, and I will navigate to whatever that applicable section is and maybe help you figure it out a little bit, and then I can learn as well. So that's what this is all about, learning. Anyway, I'm over 16 minutes now, so on a review of a watch. So anyway, good purchase. I'll leave it at that. Like, comment, subscribe below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the future. Hang tight.